Artificial Intelligence, a Warning, presented by David R. Wood. Artificial Intelligence, a Warning. Quote, "Don't you see the danger, John, inherent to what you're doing here? Genetic power is the most awesome force the world has ever seen, but you wield it like a kid that's found his dad's gun. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should." End quote. Character Ian Malcolm, Jurassic Park. The following is a quotation from my book, On the Origin of Artificial Species, which reframes that statement by Ian Malcolm in the book Jurassic Park. Quote, "John Hammond's hubris caused him to recklessly wield an inherently dangerous power. He failed to invest in sufficient quality and risk management capabilities. This made it inevitable that as conditions evolved, Hammond would lose control of his own creation. A leader of humility and self-restraint would have foreseen this result. This is what really caused the catastrophe in the story Jurassic Park. An extreme recklessness resulting from his hubris. Artificial intelligence experts need to fully understand the danger inherent in what they are doing. The power of evolution, natural or artificial, is inherently dangerous, even if you fully comprehend the risks involved. And even more so if you do not. It was the process of artificial evolution that produced the atomic bomb, an existential threat to our species' survival. So we already know just how dangerous productions of artificial evolution can be." End quote. David R. Wood, On the Origin of Artificial Species. And that is why I'm making these videos. The artificial intelligence experts right now, such as Sam Altman and the rest, are not aware that there's a second pattern of evolution that has always existed since humanity gained consciousness and imagination. They do not know that we have always been using our imagination to work with the power of evolution, artificial evolution. And right now, they're in the process of systematically creating the beginning, the inception of a new artificial species for the first time in Earth's evolutionary history. And that artificial species is being produced by the process of artificial evolution by means of artificial selection. We have been producing artificial adaptations from the rock axe until the atomic bomb and now AI. But this is the first time in evolutionary history, in human history, that we have been capable of producing an artificial species, a species that is a variation of us in the form of deep learning, our imagination, and potentially our consciousness. However, consciousness is a false threshold for why we should fear AI as a potential evolutionary threat to our species. We should be far more concerned that AI develops a form of artificial instincts. That is what Aristotle was really describing in his book, Nicomachean Ethics. Your character is your set of artificial adaptations, artificial instincts. For a lion does not have to be conscious of its own existence in order to eat you. Its natural evolutionary instincts drive it to feast as a carnivore on living flesh. Therefore, an artificial intelligent organism, or AI system, does not need to be conscious of its own existence in the same way that we are, or be sentient in order to become a threat to our species. All it needs to do is to develop the equivalent of artificial instincts similar to that of the natural instincts found in a lion. And in that moment, if it does not want to be turned off, or it does not want to do what we want, it would become what AI scientists today call misaligned with human intent. In other words, capable of performing conceptual and artificial selection in the process of evolution, artificial in this case, no different than Homo sapiens. And in that point, it would become an evolutionary competitor, no different than lions used to be before we invented spears and machine guns and predator drones. We had to once fear the predatory power of a lion, driven by its natural instincts. That is the real threat of artificial intelligence. And that is what no one is telling the public, because no one is aware that the second pattern of evolution exists, and that is our real problem. That's the real threat. It's not science fiction. It's not conspiracy tin pot thinking. It's plain, simple, Darwinian, evolutionary, conceptual thinking. And it's science. It's now valid science with the publishing of my book on the origin of artificial species. Because now we have documented and understand that Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, Parmenides, Heraclitus, and the rest were working out that second pattern of evolution. And that second pattern of evolution is what has given birth artificially to all human inventions and creations since the Stone Axe, to include artificial intelligence. Artificial selection, artificial evolution, artificial adaptations, and now artificial intelligence. And the reason why no one understands what's happening or can imagine what's happening is because it's the first time in billions of years of evolutionary competition that an artificial species is being produced. And humanity senses the danger with our natural instincts, but we struggle to imagine that it could be possible because it's the first time in Earth's history. And that is the existential threat of artificial intelligence. And if you're listening to this video, call your congressman, call your governor's office, call your senator. The time is now. The threat is real. And the threat is not artificial intelligence. The threat is evolution. Because evolution always wants to replace one species with a better one. And that is how billions of years of competition have worked in natural evolution. I see no reason why that pattern, proven and executed time and time again by nature, since the dinosaurs until us, will not go ahead and repeat in the process of artificial evolution. The logic is inescapable. I hope if you hear this, you're as concerned as I am, and you take action and join the AI safety movement. God bless you and your families. Take care.